So, hi guys, we are having Mouli Harshith with us. So, today's podcast is all about the art of the personal branding. So, he's a ghostwriter, he's a personal branding strategist. So, over to you, Molly.
Hi Pratyasha, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here tonight.
So, what thought that I should be working on his personal branding?
Can you please repeat the question again?
So, why did you step into the personal branding? That yes, I need to go into personal branding.
Right. Okay, so the journey began on a very unrelated note. I just wanted to be a freelancer.
Oh,
In April last year, I was in my second gap year. After I finished my BBA, I thought I'll take a 2 year gap for several reasons, and I just could not sit idle. I have been working with an NGO, I wrote a book, and then I always thought that I can write and I want to use this skill to do something, something that can earn me money and something that can add more value to people. So then I got into freelancing. I enrolled in an academy where I learned about different ways to earn, through being like through freelancing basically. So what I did then was I got my site on LinkedIn. Of course, there was social media management, there was website design, there was web development. There are many things that you can do as a freelancer. But then I wanted to write, of course, but then I was also interested in social media. And in that particular course, there was also a community in which I made a few friends. Those people told me, Harshit, you know what, LinkedIn is trending, and on LinkedIn, if you can create content, you can earn good money. I had no idea how you can earn money through LinkedIn. But then I slowly started writing content on LinkedIn, and I slowly started to understand what is it that exactly people do, to start earning money on LinkedIn. It was fun when I was exploring the platform, but then in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. I would just post random things about, I would post productivity hacks, I'd post how my random day went. But later on, I started meeting people. I don't know if I should call it luck or if I was actually looking in that direction. It was like very interesting how I ended up meeting a few people who really wanted to, make a difference out there. So meeting with them, encounter with people who were in this particular field of content creation and ghostwriting, I got to understand, okay, there is such a field on LinkedIn and I can monetize it. So from then on, I started meeting more people. I was, exploring what is it that ghostwriters exactly do. How is content helpful, especially in the sphere of LinkedIn? And that's how I ended up here. Yeah.
so what is basically before moving to the main topic? So, how did networking help you?
See, like I just mentioned in my previous answer, networking, without that, I don't really think I would be doing this today. I just knew that LinkedIn was the place where I can grow, where I can start earning money, where I can, show myself that, okay, I have the skill, and with this skill, I want to help you out. But then, if I did not meet the right people, so I was looking for content writers. I mean, what I did specifically on LinkedIn was I would go to LinkedIn, I'd start searching for content writers, and whoever has written content writing in their headline, I'd also find this term called ghostwriter or ghostwriting. I was very confused. I mean, I didn't know anything about ghostwriting, but of course, I was expecting that maybe ghostwriting means writing as someone else. So when I found certain people, I started connecting with them. I started sending them DM requests, invitations, and then I was like, you know what, I really love your work and I want to know more about it. Can you help me? Of course, I did not get a lot of responses, a lot of reverts because they were already, having some 10,000, 20,000 followers. But there was this one person, her name is Shruti. I'm very grateful that she replied to me when she did. And she told me then that, this is how it works. Of course, I didn't get 100% clarity right then and there, but she was the one who gave me a direction that, okay, looking at the right place. I just need to look in the right direction. That's how, networking. And to be in fact, if I were to give a generic suggestion, every single person, if they want to grow and they want to move ahead at this point of time in their career, collaboration is inevitable. So networking helps you build that collaboration.
Okay, so can you just tell me what is basically a personal branding means? Because
So
it little bit in a trending.
right, yeah, it's been trending for a while now. And you know let's just say there is a product. You have We all use products, right? Some or the other. Let's just say Colgate. What do you remember? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? You think that it will make your teeth strong, right? Whether or
Yes,
not it's
yes.
true, that's a different story. But this is when we are talking about a product. When we are talking about a person, let's just say you offer a spectacular service. You have a particular, skill set. Or let's just say you are a CEO of a company and you want people to know about you. And personal branding helps you, if you're a CEO, it helps your brand, it helps your company grow. And if you are a service provider, let's say you are a designer, you are a website, developer, whoever you are, whatever you do, personal branding is a way to brand yourself, where you get visibility and you get to meet your business goals. So, in the simplest of definition, this is personal branding. It has different steps, different approaches, different, people approach it differently in different social media platforms. But the crux is that you are putting yourself out there in the world and showing it, through digital platforms, that, what, I exist, I do this, and this is my digital personality. That is a person.
Okay, so as you know, what is the key components of a strong personal branding on LinkedIn?
Okay, if we are specifically talking about LinkedIn, generally a personal brand includes your expertise. If you are an expert in a particular field, let's say you are an entrepreneur or you are a health coach, you are even you are a ghostwriter, or you are an agency owner, you should have a specific objective that I want to position myself this way, and accordingly you are going to start building your personal brand. And if you want to make your personal brand stand out on LinkedIn, you got to be consistent. You got to, put in all those brand elements that will highlight you as, a thought leader in your industry. So let's just say since I am a ghostwriter, and this is what I do. I write. I'm good at writing content. So the kind of content that I post on LinkedIn, of course, this is an addition that if you want to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, posting content, creating content is inevitable. So if you are, positioning yourself as a leader or an expert in a particular field, if you want to have strong personal brand elements, what you need to do is you need to show your expertise, and you need to do it in a way that people can relate to it. So we segregate different types of content when we are posting them. One is the kind of content that is very appealing on LinkedIn is personal stories. So you need to have personal stories. You need to tell people how you reached where you reached, what are the failures that you faced, what are your interest areas, how does your personality look like. You may not be able to put everything out there, but all the crucial aspects that make you you as a person, those are the things that you need to put out there. That is one aspect, which is storytelling. Second thing, you can also integrate storytelling with your expertise. What are the things that you have done as an expert in your field? Or what are the things that you are doing in improving your field? And how can you help XYZ in building themselves? If they are facing certain pain points, how are you going to help them? You provide them value. So that is how you build a personal brand. And of course, if you have worked with certain clients, or if you have done a certain, if you've made a certain change out there in the world, or if you're an entrepreneur, what are the things that you do which make you really good at what you do? So if you start portraying them authentically and, with all the relevance possible, that is what I call a strong person.
So basically, you were telling me that consistency works for the personal branding. So how do we maintain the consistency on the LinkedIn?
So, Pratyasha, first thing is if I am telling you something based on personal experience, it's very rewarding. So, if you are talking about how you can keep up consistency, there are two factors. One is motivation, second is commitment. So this motivation will not come immediately because your first few weeks of posting on LinkedIn might or might not be successful. You might be getting crickets, no likes, no comments. You just need to fix your approach then, and you need to stick to your commitment. After that, if you're consistent, if you follow a strategy, if you're doing the things right, and if you're experimenting what is it that works for you, then the numbers will start picking up, and that will give you motivation to keep going. But majorly, what you need to know is why are you doing what you're doing. If you don't have a strong objective that okay, this is exactly why I'm on LinkedIn and this is why I'm doing, uh, this is why I'm building personal brand, then you might not stick in the path for the long haul.
Yeah, basically, Apple also follow the same strategy. What you told me that why and what. Why
Right.
is basically the benefits and what is the features.
True. Very true.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, what are the elements of the good hook?
What are the elements of a good hook?
Hmm.
Okay. See, I think the answer is in your very question. If you want to write a good hook, you need to make it, mm, the audience should read the hook and then be like, I want to read what's next. And the best way to create a hook is you can talk about many things. Use contradictory statements, but justify them, of course. Use numbers. Tell them what you have achieved. If there is any particular big number that you have achieved, don't feel ashamed to talk about it. And there are many hooks which are really relevant and famous. How did you move from X to Y? Because everybody who are in X and they want to move to Y, they are going to be very attracted by your hook. And other than more than that, if you really want to write a good hook, don't worry about writing a good hook. Finish writing your post, go through the post and see what attracts you the most. Then use that particular point as a hook. That's usually what I do.
Okay, so you tell me that storytelling captures the audience. So, what is your take on framing a strategic storytelling in the content,
Okay,
in the
I'd
form of
like to
content?
do this absolutely. I'd like to answer this question by taking an example. So there is this person called Rose George. Her name is Rose M. George. So she is an amazing creator on LinkedIn. She does exactly this. She talks about some or the other tip for freelancing, for you know personal branding, and for being on the top of your game on LinkedIn. But she does this with a story.
Molly, actually, your is telling that Molly Harshith has ran out of storage. It's just telling Molly. I'm just sending you the photo. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'll be asking the same question, Annette, once again.